Let us continue with our data transformation topic. Here I would like to just use a variable called sc, okay, and let me also use another variable called x. Now here I will use another variable which is a new variable. Let me just put pd dot. This time I would like to use cut method and specify here sc and x. Now what is a cut method in pandas? Here cut method we use to segment and sort data values into bins, and this function is also useful for going from continuous variable to a categorical variable. For example, we have here different values. Right now we can convert this into different categories with the help of x. Now let us look at what is there here in the docstring. See, here we have the value called x and bins. Now we are giving that with sc and x. Let's see what we actually get here. Let's see what we actually get here. Now let me execute here y. Now we can have some four categories here because these are taking as categories. These are taking as a four categories, that is 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80 and 80 to 100. Here it means that, like, you can see it here. Okay, you can see it here. The four categories what we have here is, one is with the closed parenthesis and the other one is with open parenthesis. That means in this category 20 is not included but 40 is included. Similarly here 40 is not included but 60 is included in this category, and again so on. Right, now here we have these. How many values we have? We have approximately 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. We have 12 values here. Now here it says that our 30 number 30 will be falling in the category called 20 and 40, and here 80 will be falling in the category 60 and 80 because 80 is included here because an it is having a square bracket, so it is included. Now here we have 40. 40 comes in the category 20, 20 40, right? 20 40, where 40 will be included. Again 90 will be included in the category 80 and 100 and so on. That's what this shows. Now let us look at with the method called quotes. Y dot quotes. Let us understand what this method is saying. See, here we have four categories. This 20 to 40 is taking as a 0 index, 40 to 60 is taking category is taking as an index 1, and 60 to 80 is taking as an index 2, and 80 to 100 is taking as an index 3. So it is scattered in this way. Now 20 and 40 will be falling in the category 0 because it is at 0 index. Now 60 and 80 will be falling in the category 2 because it is at second index, and so on. This is the meaning. Now look at the categories. Let's look at the method called categories. Let's tab. Okay, now we get here. Now these are the categories, right? These are the categories. Now it is closed at right. Now we can also use a parameter closed is equal to left. In that case, this will become, left one will become open bracket and the right one will become closed bracket. That is the meaning. Now let's see how many categories we have between uh, 80 and 40. Okay, let's see the counts of the categories by using the count method. PD, for that we'll use pd dot value value underscore counts, and just put the variable y here. So we get, so between 80 to 100 we have 4. Okay, between 40 to 60 we have 3 such categories, and we have 60 to 80 we have 3 categories, and 20 to 40 we have 2 categories. That is the meaning. Now let us use this same cut method. Okay, let us use the same cut method in another way. This time I'd like to use a parameter here called right is equal to right is equal to false. Now when I execute y, you can see my parenthesis has got changed. Okay, and this here got square one, and here you have got the closed one. So what it actually means, whenever we have a square bracket, this 20 is included but not 40, but here 80 is included but not 100. It means that. Now let's look at another example. Let's assign some categories. Okay, let's say we have a variable called nm. Now we are assigning 4 categories here. So for the one which is 20 to 40, we are going to have a low category. 40 to 60 will have medium category. 60 to 80 will have high category. 80 to 100 will have very high category. Now I'll just use this num variable inside our cut method. So for that I'll just use pd dot cut, and here I'll just use sc, because I'm going to use all these continuous variables, and we also have x as a category. Now this time I'd like to just label them. We have a label parameter here inside this cut method. So this time I'll just enter here labels is equal to nm. Now let's see what we have got. Now you can see it here, all that whatever that is having between 20 and 40, because that is a low category. You can also check from here, 0 will be our low category, high will be our high is on second index. Okay, high is in second index, so second index is having high category. Now again 0 is in low index, so and so on. So this is how we can categorize here. Similarly, if we can also divide with the bins here. Suppose if we have a method called pd dot cut. Let us use the cut method here. Now this time we have only let us say we'll take a variable called sc with a continuous variable, right? This one. Now I will just put here, I'll just keep here 10, so that I'm going to divide this into 10 categories. So let's see what we'll have. See here we have got 10 categories and it is divided in equal intervals. So that is the meaning. Now let us take another one. Let us take another one, which is data is equal to numpy dot random dot random. Let's take some 100 values. Okay, let's assign a variable called c. Let's use pandas, and this time I would like to use qcut method. Okay, and I would like to use data here inside this method, and let me pass another argument. Let me just say that it is having 4 categories. Okay, now let us understand what actually is a qcut. See, in pandas, qcut means it is it is a quantile based discrete function, and this basically means that qcut tries to dividing up the underlying data into equal sized bins, and the function defines the bins using percentiles based on the distribution of the data, not the actual numeric edges of the bins. Okay, now let us look at this example. Now let's see what we get here. Now, oh, I have entered here wrong. So now when I execute C here, now we have got four categories. Okay, now we have got four categories, and these are all divided with, here you can see our continuous variable will be divided like this in terms of categories. Okay, now it must be in equal amount, so we have almost 100 categories. That means these intervals should be in equal 25 numbers. Let's see how we have, how many counts we have for this continuous variable. For that we'll use pd dot value counts. Okay, and simply use C here, so that we'll know that each category is having 25 numbers. So now let us also use another one. Okay, let's use another data frame. Let's say that data is equal to pd dot data frame with numpy array. So let's display our first five rows here. For that we'll use head method. We'll use head method here. So now we have got here, now we have got here first five. Let us also use a describe method, which is a statistical way of looking into the data. Describe, right? Describe. Now we can understand the data in a statistical way. Okay, now this time let me just take one column. Let me use a variable call here. Let me use it from the data frame with one column here. So here we have one. So now when I execute column, okay, now I have got something like this. Now I can use a method called call of np dot abs. That means what, even if it is having a negative value, it will convert into the positive, and it will show us the number, how many counts we have here in this column. So we have the numbers which is having more than 3 is 3.08, as well as it is, as well as we have with negative value with 3.74. so we have these 650 numbers with negative more than 3, and 294 numbers with positive ones. So this is another method I'd like to talk about. And also we have another method called, okay, we have also another method called data of np dot apps. See, apps means whatever the number we have inside our data frame, it will convert into positive and it will show us. But in reality it will show us the actual value like this. Here it is negative, so even though it will show here in the counts. Now here this time I would like to see our data frame here, which is having this is our data frame, right? Now this time I would like to see the ones which are having in the column wise operation. For that I'll just use any one, means this is like access is equal to 1, that will takes place, I mean here the operations will takes place in the column wise. So here you can see we have this many counts for the number 3.01, and so on. This is about it. And we can also see what kind of sign we are having, in our data set. This also we can use. Okay, so you can see here we have positive signs with 1. You can just see 3 plus 3, it is minus. uh, Once again, let us just execute data dot head so that I can compare. So we can compare here. Minus 1 is so minus 0.34 is having a negative 1. That means just to check the signs this is. So we can compare both. So this is it in this. I'll continue in the next video.